alive! It's alive! It's alive!
I want to play a game.
Hello and welcome to the Sounds from the Grave podcast. My name is Yussef.
And my name is Vania.
And his fate is in her hands.
If you guys have not figured out from all of the hype today, all of it, it's crazy because I knew there might have been gonna be an announcement today, but not really because it just seemed way too quiet in the HHN side, especially for their page and for Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood. But, you know, there was something definitely there. And on Thursdays, we do wear announcements. So we actually do get a couple of announcements today. And by couple, I mean two major announcements. One I did not expect. The other, everybody talked about it. But yeah, I actually thought it was going to be the other thing, which is also something that Halloween Horror Nights Orlando has admitted to, having that little leak there. There's a lot that has been going on in the Orlando area for Universal Studios, don't you think?
Oh yeah, for sure. There's the leak. There's the two announcements. There's the merch drop. Because we're recording this the day the announcements were made, on Thursday, and all kinds of shit has been going down.
Oh, yeah. And it's crazy because I was actually messaging Yussef this morning, and I'm like, dude, it's Thursday. He's like, oh, yeah, it is. And I'm like, Thursday, they make announcements. He's like, oh.
It's because I had my first day off in a while, so, I didn't even know what day it was, to be honest with you.
That's fair.
Yeah. But in terms of announcements, this I heard from another podcast. This I heard on a Scream Queens episode. I think it was their last episode before their announcement episode. According to a semi-reliable source, we might be getting announcements every Thursday right now.
Fair.
And
because
that we will also get shirts every Thursday to coincide with the announcements.
That is completely, I see it, because there is
hell yeah.
Exactly 50 days until Halloween Horror Nights. Honestly, if you really think about it, guys, 50 days is less than 2 months. Less than 2 months means. And what's crazy is that somebody in the HHN community had to point this out. I'm like, even though 50 days does seem like it's still kind of a ways away, it is 7 Fridays until Halloween Horror Nights.
That is crazy.
So that's very, very close in my opinion. But yeah, there's just a lot going on. We were going to talk about Fear Street, but we are going to be putting that shit on hold because now we are going to be rammed with Halloween Horror Nights announcements.
Correct. This is something that is taking extreme precedence right now.
Oh, and I'm very surprised if they actually release a promo for each and every one of these houses as they come out. Being able to have the ability to film a promo for each and every one of those houses I feel like it would be a first.
Yeah. God, I do want to work on making.
Do we get to see Bitch James? Will we see Bitch James?
Bitch James.
Bitch James, yeah. I also Tooth Fairy also has my heart. I feel like those houses, honestly, I shouldn't be talking about that. Let me go. No, let me just shut the fuck up. And let's go hard in deep into the first one. Honestly, I found out 5 minutes it was posted, but the first announcement that I feel like I should talk about first is the one that I first saw before I saw Aaron post, my favorite one. It is Texas Chainsaw Massacre was the first I saw. It was posted 5 minutes after, even though I had walked away from my phone for 5 minutes and I was at work. I was just like, what is going on? And I just hear my Twitter just freaking blowing the fuck up, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And then
you also got a message from me on Discord.
Oh yeah, it's just so much screaming, and I was like, okay, so I watched it. It was good. I mean, we all suspected it, of course. I have only experienced this house once. I don't remember what other day. No, they had that day in year of Carnival of Carnage, but I was not there.
Well, Carnival of Carnage was different
So.
because Carnival of Carnage was based on the 2003 remake with Jessica Biel.
Interesting.
But
So
this
when
one,
was
the one that you went
third
to,
time.
yeah, for 26 it was the original, the 1974.
Yes, but according to a lot of people, it is technically the third time they've done the original 1974 Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And it's also the one that we're getting right now.
Okay, I thought this was the second time they did the original because I remember the first one being the '03 version with like the ugly Leatherface that I hate, absolutely, completely hate.
No, a lot of people have saying this is the third time it has come back.
I think. Okay.
What reason? I don't know, but I guess it is a fan favorite, and I guess 2003 was like, with the remake, and I guess it was like during the time it came out or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, it was definitely a very interesting trailer. The classic hiding in the closet, and you just see this maniacal person just come at you with a chainsaw. All the stereotypes in a horror film. But
I will say this though, that video for the promo video was a little weird because you have the guy hiding in the closet, all scared and stuff, but when you get his point of view through the closet slats, it's actually a scene that they superimposed from the film.
Nice, very nice.
Yeah, so I thought that was like a interesting way to incorporate that because it's literally like a scene from the movie where Leatherface has just attacked either the first guy or has just impaled the second girl on the meat hook, and then he's just like frantically looking around because he thinks there's going to be more people showing up.
Yeah.
So like that scene fits perfectly. It's this guy's literally like running through the house, just moving all this kind of stuff out of the way, and just like, where are these people at?
Yeah.
So I'm like, that fits for their promo.
Yeah. As we, a lot of us. Well, for me, Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, great movie. House, I do still fear chainsaw, so it still scared me in 2016. But yeah, it is something that it was really not up there with Hill House, I guess kind of up there where it wasn't on my hype train, but I am very happy for the people who actually got the announcement. But I'm really hoping that they do better this year than they did in the years past with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and actually do it some justice. I know that Yussef was probably all up on that.
Oh yeah.
So congratulations on your end.
I thought I would never get to experience it, and then seeing it first on the spec map gave me so much hope, and then finally getting that formal official announcement, I was like, oh my god. Like I was actually like, when I got the announcement, I was actually at Target waiting to get an eye exam done, and I'm going just through Twitter just because I was bored, and then I see that and I'm like, this can't be real. Like, no, I'm actually going to get to experience this, because for those of you who know, TCM is my favorite horror movie. So I'm just like, I need to experience this. And Universal listened to me and heard my prayers, and they were like, we'll give you this.
We'll give you Turner's Classic Movies. Got it.
Yes, I love Turner's Classic Movies. I could sit there and watch them all day.
Dude, that's been the joke all day on Twitter. Everybody's like, could you guys stop abbreviating Texas Chainsaw Massacre as TCF? Because I keep thinking you guys are talking about Turner Classic. Not gonna lie, I actually thought that when everybody was like talking, I was like, is there a horror film that they did? I was like, oh, it took me a bit. I was like, oh, Texas Chainsaw. Got it. I was like, I thought about that in 2020 too. I was like, why do you guys keep saying TCM? Like, that's a company. That's a literal production company. What are you guys doing?
Yeah.
But
But yeah, I'm excited for it. and just like I agree with you that I think they're gonna be able to expand on it because it is going to be in a soundstage this time, so it's gonna have a bigger space. It's gonna have more more space to work with.
Yeah,
and I mean,
it's not going to be in a tent like it was like in 2016.
Yeah, and not only that, it's also going to be it's going to be a similar train track as what they did with American Werewolf in London, where they repeated that House for 25 because it was a fan favorite, and they added a couple extra things to it, like some extra jumps and some extra triggers in there, like not necessarily puppets, but more actors, and like they improved upon a couple of things. So like I think because of that, I have hopes that they might expand upon the original and give us some more Texas Chainsaw action.
Yeah, it makes me wonder if like now Universal has been catching on, or maybe it was unintentional that it was supposed to be every Thursday to get an announcement. But if it's every Thursday until the event, then that's a really weird day to announce it, especially since Friday being payday and on the weekend, everybody could be talking about HHN like almost close to the weekend. But let's talk about how like Howling Hornet still hasn't dropped their freaking fear passes. Yo,
yeah,
HHN, what the fuck?
I'm not too worried about it though. Reason for that being because of the pandemic, there are still plenty of countries that are still not allowing travel. So there's a huge community in Europe that loves HHN, and a lot of that community won't be able to attend the event, or at least for right now, they wouldn't be able to. So Universal is definitely going to have to release multi-night passes because they need to make some of that money back.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I'm not super worried about it. I think they're just going to do it closer to the event just to kind of get people anxious about it and hyped up about it. So I think I'll be okay with that. Yeah. Because that's going to be a good way for people to get money. Because, like outside of just buying the tickets, you got the repeat people that are going to be buying the merch. They're going to be buying more drinks. You're going to be buying just food and that kind of stuff. So a lot of the repeats are going to be your biggest money makers.
That's true. I spent a lot of money. I spent a lot of money in general at HHN Light, and that was unnecessary on my end.
Like, as sad as it is to admit, HHN Light is the most money I've spent at HHN. Like, by far.
Yeah, I was like, yo, could you not?
to the point where my bank account was just in literal tears. Where it was just like, please, just stop. You've done enough. Like, give us a second to recoup this.
No such thing.
No.
Such thing.
Because I'm like,
Damn.
they release they have the tribute store open, and they're like, oh no, now we have some shirts coming out. Oh no, we have another shirt coming out. Oh, by the way, we have
pins.
Out. We have pins coming out.
Yo, the pins were literally the biggest pain in the ass.
Not to mention, I think we have posters coming out too. So it's just like, releasing stuff. I'm just like, stop. I know you want my money.
Yo, I don't know who it was. I don't remember who I was with. I don't know if it was you or if I was with another friend. Mm. But yo, I remember when they released those Beetlejuice shirts by
I was there
accident.
With you. I was there with you.
Oh, by fucking accident in City Walk. I was like, oh,
and we hauled ass to City Walk. And I think that was the day that was that the day that we were both that we were dressed up. Not the day you did like the Stranger Things costume. I think it was the day that I went as the director.
Yeah.
I think it was that same day because I remember it being kind of rainy.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. It might have been that day.
But yeah, I remember us like being literally. Funny enough, we were in line for the tribute store for like the 4th time that day, and we were like, "Fuck this! Let's go to City Walk. Let's get these shirts."
No, bro. Like the fact that people kept posting about it, and I was like, "Yo, where are they at? Where are they at, bro?"
And of course, and nobody would reply. We're like, "Fuck." I think it's like, and then we saw one of the pictures. We're like, "Oh no, that's City Walk." Hauling ass immediately.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know that's right. That was intense, but still, I really like that shirt. Honestly, it's a great shirt. But either way, we're getting kind of sidetracked.
Anyway,
but Yeah, so Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Of course, very awesome for the fandom. I cannot wait for it to still scare me because chainsaws still scare me. But yeah, so
You know what I'm excited for? I'm excited to see the original Chainsaw Leather Daddy.
oh my
He
god,
is the original.
Eddie hasn't even been announced. Chill.
No, but
Chill.
Leatherface, it's in his name. He's the original Chainsaw Leather Daddy. He's the OG.
I was about to say, I was like, you are really out here promoting Eddie, like Eddie's.
Oh no! I mean,
thing
that's why I
right
said the OG, because without Leatherface, we have no Eddie.
now. That's true. Or
So-
Silence of the Lambs, but we still haven't gotten the house now, have we?
No,
No, not yet.
not yet. Hopefully, at one point we do, but who knows? But anyway, we have another big announcement. I know this is the one that you're the most excited for. This is the one that you literally made 2 TikToks about, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I cried. I cried hysterically because honestly, I was not ready for that. The thing is, like, I thought they were just going to announce Texas Chainsaw Massacre and just call it a day. I was like, oh, okay, another one. Yay.
Funny enough, you even sent me a picture of you at work with like just with tears.
Oh
which
yeah,
was like the funniest thing.
Dude, I was done. So anyway, that announcement was Bride of Frankenstein Lives.
Yes.
We love her. We've experienced her during HHN Lights. And honestly, that trailer made me fall in love with her more than I already do because I have like 3, not to call me unhealthy or anything, I already have like 3 posters of her in my room. I have a record. Like, I'm literally obsessed with Bride. And it's bad because, like, now, like, Bride of Frankenstein Lives has just become such a comfort house to me. But I feel like that's going to throw me off even more because I know they're going to add more shit to it.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just like, I'm excited, but I know I'm just not going to be able to call every corner they pop out at, you know?
Not to mention the fact that this shit's going to be at 100%. Like, this shit is not going to be, this not going to be held back by plexiglass. It's not going to be held back by distancing. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Not, but
I don't think so,
we're in for it, and I'm all for it.
Yeah, oh my god, I was in tears, guys. If you go to my, obviously, I'm just gonna say real quick, you guys go to my Instagram, vvillain. If I see that you're part of the HHN community, I will most likely add you, because that is a private account. It's just like my main whatever account, HHN, goth, culture, what have you. But as long as I know that I can identify you from the HHN community or send me a message, I'm more than happy to accept you, but I was crying my eyes out during that announcement, and it was everything. Like, that whole trailer was unexpected. Like, I did not even think they were gonna do a trailer for something like that.
Yeah. What was surprising to me is, the fact that we got an announcement and literally, like, 5 minutes later they were like, "Oh, you want more? Here's more."
My god.
Yeah.
What's crazy is that, like, I was just concentrating on TCM. I was just like, oh, I'm 5 minutes late, but here, yay, TCM and then I scroll, and all I see is Aaron post a video of Bride of Frankenstein Lives. Excuse me,
you get like a record scratch.
I was like, that has to be fan made. Nah,
This shit's for real.
And then I go to their page and I'm like, it's so real. Like, honestly, I could be wrong. Obviously, I can't read black and white film. I'm pretty sure Bride was a woman of color, and I'm all for it.
Hey,
pretty sure she was.
I mean, I know for sure. Like, when we saw it in at HHN Light, every once in a while they did have a bride that was of color.
Yeah,
so
she was
I'm all for it. I think she is as well. So
yeah,
I'm all for it. It's about time.
Yeah. I thought it was a really cool twist on it. Like she got features and amazing acting, and of course the cinematography was literally. And I love the black and white film with like just concentrating on the red blood. So I did also do my nails according to Bride of Frankenstein Lives today because I'm a fucking nerd. But it didn't come out the way I wanted it to, but it's okay. But it's still got some stuff that represents my bride. But so good. I cannot wait to go experience this and, see the assistant again, see Dracula's brides. Literally that entire just sequence is such amazing storytelling, lots of detail, and oh my god, everything.
I did really I think I liked that trailer a lot more than the TCM trailer. Like the TCM trailer was cool and everything because it was TCM, but the amount of craftsmanship and work that went into this promo, like you could tell it was a labor of love, and like this thing was amazing to look at.
Yeah.
And honestly, it just like those scenes of her like grabbing tools and stuff gave me some pretty cool caretaker vibes as well.
Oh yeah,
like,
for sure.
Oh yeah, and like you know what's even cooler too? The people that were in the promo, they were house crew. Like they were the people that worked the house.
Worked the house as in like the scare actors, or just people who were?
No, they were the scare actors that worked the house.
I honestly did not know that there were scare actors that worked the house, so that's really cool. I thought you meant like people who worked like the actual like house, like the attendants. I'm like,
oh no,
that's a weird twist, but okay.
I said that in a weird way that was misconstrued that way, but no, it was scare.
I'm like, good for them though. The opportunity to be a scare actor for the opportunity that Universal hasn't given me yet. What? Love you.
You should have
HHN.
Your own salty HHN.
Oh yeah.
And it's funny because I keep threatening to audition and like I always say, watch me get the audition.
It's because he's skinny, and he has no hair.
Pretty much.
Well, almost. And he can get away with wearing any mask and all that stuff, and
yeah,
he's ideal. Like if I didn't want to be a pretty girl or a pretty girl in my image, I guess what I'm comfortable with, I would be shaving my head for HHN. I will shave.
Girl, just go full 11 at this point.
Boy, if you don't. Boy, don't threaten me with a good ass time, bro.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
And then he's like, yo, like I'm about to throw some hands. There's nowhere to grab if there's no hair.
Just watch, like one day I'm gonna be like, hey, look at this thing I got on my emails. And it's just like a congratulations letter. And then
I just adjust the name.
No, and guess what? It's after that you see a picture of me on my Instagram in black and white and be like, this is the last picture of Yussef that was ever taken before he was horribly, horrifically murdered by his podcast co-host.
Big facts. Big facts, but whatever. But yeah, that's still very awesome though. I'm really glad for those actors who were a part of that promo, and I'm guessing that was probably a really good opportunity. And the Dracula's brides look way better in that one, for sure.
Especially because they didn't have to wear like these constricting masks. I think they were a little bit better, like more prosthetic, I think.
Yeah.
Than like more of a rubber mask. So that made it seem so much better.
Oh yeah. So that was like literally the trailer that has left me in tears, and I will continue to be in tears, and it's fine. So I'm just really excited to see this house come back. I'm guessing that because of this announcement, the house just was never taken down. It was just probably being preserved at this point until this year's event. I'm guessing also along with Tooth Fairy whenever we get that announcement. Next or in the near future, who knows?
Yeah. I just can't wait for it. I'm excited to walk through that beautiful facade again and just, I know both of us are just going to stop for a minute and just yell, Yas Queen.
Yas Queen, yes. Sure. It's like, no, dead. And I'm like, yes.
We're over here like, yes, queen, yes.
That's so good. I really love that house. Ugh,
Yeah, me too.
literally. I want to fantasize about it all the time. I want to dream about it and drool about it all day long, like don't at me. It's crazy because ever since I that announcement, I also Cece told me to repost my Bride of Frankenstein cosplay.
As you should.
So it got a pretty good amount of likes on it. So that was a cool thing. And I also did the when. I was like, when you get a Bride of Frankenstein Lives announced at HHN 30, and my coworkers were genuinely concerned. I'm like, why do you look like you've been crying for like days? And I'm
because
like,
I have.
Internally until today. It was so good. Yeah. Today was such a good day, especially with that hype.
Absolutely was. And of course, because we had mentioned this earlier, as soon as the announcements dropped, we also got the announcement that we got the new merch, the new t-shirt for Bride of Frankenstein, and that's when things kind of brought us down a little bit. Because this shirt could have been so much better, it had so much potential. Yeah.
So as you guys already know that Hill House was already announced. And of course, me and Yussef are not the biggest lovers of Hill House, but good for those who want to experience it. And you know what's crazy is that a lot of people have Hill House really up there on that list, which is really crazy. Out of every house, I think for me, the one that's number one right now, I love Bride. I love that. I love that girl. I love that monster. But I think the house that is up there on the hype train for me is Scary Ohio. The horror of the Heartland. Heart of Horrorland. Oh God.
I think it's Horror of the Heartland.
Heartland, yeah. So either way, I think that's like pretty up there because I do really like a lot of the origins of Scary Ohio, especially from where our beloved HHN icons are from.
Yes. Like, I'll be the first to say this. I am a hoe for HHN lore.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know that I spend just, like, hours reading up on lore and just getting random bits of information here and there.
Yes. Oh, my gosh. But, which reminds me, for it being very so hype up there on that train of mine, or my little hype train of HHN Choo Choo, motherfucker.
HHN Choo Choo, motherfucker. That's the hashtag for this episode. HHN Choo Choo.
Hype train.
The HHN Choo Choo.
So we get the leak my ass. Anyway. If they were trying to so hard to hide such a leak, they would have covered it up just like they did every single one of their facades. But no, they said, let the billboard fly high.
Ridiculous.
It's like, Pride month is gone, but here's another one for you. HHN for the girls, the gays, and the days. And everything in between, no discriminatory things towards other people. That, of course, that we don't accept in the community, but obviously that's besides the point. But literally, that billboard flew so high.
Oh yeah,
so high up there. I was like, "Excuse me,
cover
it up."
It's funny because you could see the Welcome to Scary, and like pictures of the kids. It almost looked like because under that you just see like the fence. It almost felt like somebody just like reaching over the fence and just staring at you. And you're like, that's Scary Ohio.
That's how we all be looking like in the queue for Men in Black. Yeah. Let's be fair.
Yo, but no, like some crazy shit happened though with that facade. Some dumbass TikTok person decided to jump the fence and take video of the facade, and like, what the fuck? Why would you do that? I'm very sure they did. It's somebody that tried to get clout, and I'm like, stupid. You're an idiot, because now you won't get to see anything else.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you get.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, if it's someone that doesn't normally like care for HHN, I'll be like, they got nothing
Oh
to
no,
lose.
they were doing it for clout because they were like, watch this. So, yeah.
They wildin'. People are wildin'.
People really
TikTok
be
people are
wildin'.
wildin'. I remember when I was like super addicted to TikTok and people like looked at me crazy like, oh, like that's basically Musically but on crack, and I'm like, exactly, but then now I'm not using it. Everybody's using it. People use it for clout, and I'm like, I just do memes on whatever I think is funny, and I don't do it for clout. I just do it because to me my humor is funny. I laugh at my own jokes. Hi, how are you?
I mean, I basically have a child already. That's how much of a dad I am when it comes to jokes. So, you know.
Love that.
Yeah.
I love that for you.
But anyway, outside of our insane sidetracking,
always assume that the child is dead. Everybody.
No.
Because
I have.
It is 1 in the morning, and he probably murdered him.
I have 2 children, and I will be posting pictures of them on Twitter.
What are their names?
Their names are Beetlejuice and Grogu. It's my 2 plushies that I treat as if they were my children. And then, unfortunately, the little redheaded step cousin is Gizmo because he stays far away from them because of the way he's set up. But anyway, but that's besides the point. It's enough of me talking about plushies.
And I also have it's not a Squishmallow. It's that Plague Doctor plushie that a lot of people have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have one.
I really want to get a Cthulhu plushie.
Oh, me too. I want a Cthulhu plushie, but that could go wrong in so many ways, especially when people make those kind of jokes. Seen enough hentai to where this.
No,
Yeet!
Please stop. Please stop. That's enough of that.
HHN choo-choo train, motherfucker.
HHN choo-choo.
It went into the high train real quick. Hi, how are you? No, I don't. I don't smoke, by the way. Anyway, other than that,
but
lots and lots of exciting things, though, for sure, with that Stereo Ohio billboard.
Yeah. But really quick, going back on the merch, because I know that the biggest disappointment with the merch is the fact that you see, what was it, some writing on there that, funny enough, it focuses more on the Frankenstein's monster instead of the actual bride. Even though it's called The Bride of Frankenstein Lives, like, not Frankenstein Lives, you know?
I'm sure this was merch that they had hitting in the back. They're like, let's just slap on a HHN logo on the sleeve and call it a day.
Come on, though.
Because that looks like it, though.
Yeah.
Like, have you looked at it? I was like, this looks like a shirt that you can get every day at the park. Very similar to, like, the Universal Monsters shirt that they had in the past.
Yeah, like the existing, permanent Universal Monsters merch.
And they're like, how can we make this exclusive for people to buy it? Because obviously a lot of people will buy something when you have, like, the Bride of Frankenstein with a floating head on the corner of the shirt, like the fuck. Like, they're like, how do we make people buy this? We know a really bomb-ass, like, commercial, and then just slap a little HHN 2021 logo on it on the sleeve, call it a day.
I'm like, damn, though, like, it could have been so much better. Especially when I think about, like, the Universal Monsters shirt from 29, I'm like, or for 29, or from 28, I can't think. 29. But yeah, that, considering how amazing that shirt looked, and I'm like, come on. You can do better, Universal.
Or the exclusive Bride of Frankenstein shirt in general. I have that one. That one was really good. I really wanted the monster one, but I wish they could do something like that. I thought it was cute because it was like couple like matching things and that kind of thing. But other than that, this one was not it.
Yeah,
this one did not cater, and it is definitely a shirt that I would never buy. So out of the new shirts that they had released, I went mad crazy in HHN Light, but I think the only shirt I really bought was the Jack.
Yeah, I was thinking about buying the Hill House one just because of the black light reactive stuff.
Hmm.
Because that is really cool. I do like that. Like the most of the stuff that I got from HHN Light was also black light reactive. So I'm like, I might as well keep the trend going. Um, but yeah, that's really what we have to say on the HHN side of things. But rest assured, we had a terrific day. If you were an HHN fan, like you had one of the best days of the year. If you're an HHN fan,
And apparently it's just all up from here.
who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen next?
Oh yeah. I'm trying. I don't know how true this is. I'm trying next week to stay at a Universal resort
Mm-hmm.
to get lit and just
To
celebrate
get
the next
lit.
announcement. To just celebrate the next announcement. But of course, we don't know how sure that is. Even today, I wasn't even sure we were going to get an announcement. I was just
Let alone two.
bullshitting out of my ass.
Let
I was
alone
literally,
two.
yeah. I was just like, it's announcement day. It's Thursday, but they haven't hinted at anything. I'm just gonna chill. Yo, but the fact that they dropped it at 11 a.m., they normally wait noon or maybe 3 p.m. Nah, they said, y'all want an announcement? Here, it's early.
There you go.
And they went back to bed. Like, if you saw the interaction
That's what it
between
felt like.
Hollywood,
That's exactly what it felt like.
Orlando,
It literally felt like
HHN,
they woke up at 11. They're like, "Fuck, I gotta text this." Okay, bye.
and bye. And they went back to bed.
Snooze that bitch.
Howling Hornets. Hollywood woke up. Nah. No, here's your announcement. Okay,
Snooze.
bye. Knocked back out to sleep. I guess Orlando had no choice.
Oh, I almost forgot. Actually, we do gotta mention that the Hollywood version of Bride, it's gonna have one big difference. The music for that one is gonna be made by Slash.
But to be fair though, like Universal Monsters over there the music was also Slash.
Oh yeah,
as
yeah. I'm
well.
just saying that it's just just one difference between Orlando's and Hollywood's. I'm not saying it's like a big deal because they've already done it before with the monsters, but I
But I
just
think
like
it would
mentioning
be
that little
cooler
change.
if we had something like that.
Mm.
I think it's cooler because I think it would make me actually have a soundtrack that makes me think about it.
Mm.
That's just me personally though. But other than that, I know that we just kind of squealed like little girls in your ears or whatever stereo you're hearing us from.
We today we have become little anime schoolgirls.
Ew.
It's not just about the ooh or the ara ara.
It's about when's the next announcement. Give us an announcement.
It's all about the we belong dead.
We belong dead. Oh my god, I love that. Please tweet that shit. Tweet that shit. I manifest that shit into existence. That shit's amazing.
I'm gonna tweet it immediately after we record that.
Yes. Oh my god, I love that. Oh my god, that's amazing. Yeah. But either way, we are done squealing at you for our main focus. But we are going to be turning the tables a little bit. It is going to be something I'm a little knowledgeable of. Yussef, I hope that he goes this year, is Hollow Screams, Tampa and Orlando. For the Tampa side, they did announce a house, which is a very vampire-esque house.
For a second, I thought you were going to say Vamp Bush.
No, what
like
is
Vamp
your
Bush
problem?
Gardens.
Okay.
It's called Vamp Gardens.
We're the Vamp Gardens. Hell yeah. Vamp Bush Gardens. Anyway, so Bush Gardens announces the Forgotten Haunted House for Hollow Scream. So basically, I feel like the font reminds me a lot of the Fallen that we had in Halloween Horror Nights a couple of years ago. Into 27, I think.
I believe so.
The what's cool about it is that in this trailer we do see like vampires with like these neon-esque red lights, LEDs on them, some guy on a throne, and just a whole bunch of IVs into his body. I feel like they kind of like is trying to match that energy with Universal monsters, especially with like how Bride of Frankenstein also has to kind of do with blood transfusions in a sense, using the Dracula's Bride blood for the life of the monster. It feels kind of like that.
Yeah, a little bit.
Me looking at the picture, like instead of obviously Bride of Frankenstein being in it, it's just like them injecting themselves with like blood of mortals, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
And but I don't know so much about the LED lights. So I'm guessing it's going to be very cyberpunky, or it's going to be something that it's just going to be like a underground vampire cult kind of thing.
Yeah,
so
I absolutely love that promo picture. I love that because I like the fact that it looks like a bat as well, like the face of this vampire. I like the fact that he's sitting on that throne. I like those neon bat wings behind them. And I just that imagery of all these IV tubes going into him from all these different like buckets of blood. I'm like, that's a pretty cool looking image. Like, that image gets me excited.
Yeah, that's if you're planning on going to the Tampa one, though.
Correct. I don't know for sure. I know for sure I'm going to be going to SeaWorld, Howl-O-Scream. Not sure about the Tampa one yet, just because like the drive for me is a pain in the ass.
That's fair.
Yeah, unless I go with a group of friends and we just stay at a hotel for a night and then come back in the morning.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So on top of that, we also did get an announcement for Howl-O-Screams Orlando.
Yes.
And they actually announced 3 things. They announced a new haunted house called Dead Vines. We did get a video of it where it seems like it's just like some. It's kind of like merfolk or like a type of fish, like swampy type of vibe, just kind of like, or imps maybe, creatures, in a swamp. It reminds me a little bit of the Bayou vibes, because they have done a very Bayou-esque house in Tampa for like the longest time. So I feel like they're trying to follow something and within the same tracks of that same house. And also they did get a new scare zone called Witchcraft Bayou, which also I'm going to assume, because it's going to be a more Florida-esque Orlando, it's going to be a very swampy, kind of like a swampy event in this case at this point.
Yeah, not to mention that it is at SeaWorld, so they're like, we got to make it fit with water.
Water, everything water, gross, musky. Pirates.
Everything's gonna be water.
And mermaids, so no. And of course, they do have the new themed park bar experience at Poison Grotto. Like, the one random comment that I will gotta say, though, props to theme park bar for like ordering drinks, studying the fuck out of them, and then recreating it on his YouTube, because he's gonna be the one. He's been going to SeaWorld lately a lot. And he's been I feel like he's been studying up on those drinks over there too. So I think it's really cool that he's, always there at their bars, always trying something new at SeaWorld. I personally am not a fan of SeaWorld, but I do go whenever I get the chance. Their rides are cool. I am still a sucker for the Shamu show. But other than that, it's not a theme park I would normally go to, but Howl-O-Scream is definitely going to get me there in Orlando. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of SeaWorld either. Last time I went to SeaWorld, I felt extremely uncomfortable the entire time, because there was very little to almost no social distancing at the time. There's many people that just refuse to wear masks, and I'm like, I don't like this. Because I went with family, and as soon as we walked in, I was like, I don't like this. Like, can we do this quickly and go home? Because I don't like this at all.
Yeah.
Especially because at the time, everybody in my family except for me had been vaccinated, because I hadn't had a chance to do it yet. And I was like, yo, if I get sick, it's all on y'all's fault, because y'all forced me to go to SeaWorld.
I don't blame you on that side of the end. Bro, I get you.
Yeah,
Damn,
but
I keep looking at that
but
skirt.
yeah,
That shirt is awful.
You're still looking at the shirt.
The monster demands a mate. Do you?
Fuck that.
When
No.
when?
Nope. It should have gone with the same slogan from the trailer.
Yeah,
The
for
only
sure.
hope for
For
him
sure.
is her, because I'm like, this is the bride's time to shine. Like, it's got to be all.
But to be fair, she was a little bit hypocritical. I will give her that. She was hypocritical. She's like, I don't want you. Oh shit, you did. Baby, come back. And then he's like, boy, you didn't even like me. The fuck? Like, I can just imagine him, boy, just passing away.
Oh.
I laugh at that irony so much. She's like, I don't like you. We belong dead. Oh shit, my man's dead. No. He's like, why are you crying? You didn't want me.
She was like, oh fuck. The fuck did I just do? Hey, come back to life.
Oh my god. The irony of it all. But it's fine. You know. She proved her worth, and they lived happily ever after anyway, even though technically he was made out of other Universal monster parts. I love that twist, though.
I do too. It's a very interesting twist to the story.
And one last thing. I mean, this is not technically a haunt or well, it is horror related. It is American Horror Stories came out today.
Yes.
I only watched the first episode.
I'm
girls, like gays, and bays are literally like happy as fuck right now because that was literally everybody was hoping for, and it was a cool episode. I was feeling it. I was like, damn, okay, it was good.
Yeah, I'm like halfway through the second episode right now, and it's funny enough since I've been rewatching it, immediately having to go back to Murder House. I'm like, oh man, they did a really good job of like recreating the sets and making it look exactly like it did back in the first season. And
yeah,
I will say this. The dad.
I finished it though.
The blonde dad. The blonde dad. He's like a douchebag though. Like he's like a douchey Mick Garris, and I hate it. I hate it so much.
Oh yeah.
But I was also surprised as hell. I was really surprised to see Paris Jackson in this because I had no idea she was going to be in this.
Yeah, it's very good. There's a lot of good actors in this, and it seems like they're going to be. I wonder if with each episode of American Horror Stories, they're going to be released in pairs of two, because it seems like it's different stories each and every time, or if we're just it's only this one time because it's out, and then after that it will be one. But I'm
kind of thinking they might go the route of every episode that comes out is going to be related to a specific season. Like they're gonna go in chronological order. So the first two episodes have to do with season 1 with Murder House. The next episode or episodes, if they're gonna be doing 2 per story, might be relating to Asylum and so on and so forth. Like going through each season and like telling the story relating to those seasons.
Easily though.
I mean that again. If they could just do one. I mean, this might have been a 2-episode ordeal because it is like the first story that they're trying to tell. So, who knows?
Yeah,
I do like that opening too. The opening like video too, like the
yeah. I was like, I am weirdly turned on. Hi, how are you?
Like I like that whole like spandex. Like people behind, like kind of almost like being choked by it, and it was like dark as fuck, but like
we reviving King HHN.
No, this time it's a American King Story.
American King Story.
But anyway, yeah, it was good. I'm gonna try and finish it probably tomorrow because it was good. I liked it a lot. I liked the first episode.
Me too. I'm really excited to see where these episodes. They're not disappointing. So hopefully the next cut Couple of others will, but of course, also tomorrow, Friday 16th, or technically tonight, they also will be releasing Fear Street 1666. So of course, always if you guys haven't watched it by the time this episode has come out, be sure to watch it. We'll see where our story ends with that as well.
Yeah,
but who knows? We probably won't talk about it because there are probably more announcements. But it's fine.
Yeah, we might try to do it like the announcements as a bonus episode and then do our regular podcast episodes too. So who knows? We might. I just know that we might be getting pretty busy over the next few weeks.
Oh, absolutely.
Because there's a lot. Sure. Now we're in like crunch time, so it's worth it. Okay. It's worth it though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's really like all we had at the moment. So kind of a shorter episode, but that's okay. We got to talk our fanboy and fangirl shit.
Yes.
So
yes.
Yeah, so let's do our basic housekeeping. Vania, where can we find you?
You can find me at HHN Cultist on both Twitter and YouTube. I do makeup, horror, Halloween Horror Nights updates, Universal vlogs, and all that kind of lovely stuff. Anything in between. And somebody needs to literally keep me at whip with those YouTube videos. But I am still very active on Twitter. So if you guys want to give me a follow there, and of course, haul ass at me to create more videos, that's where you can find me. So
yes.
Yeah. But where can you be found, Yussef?
Yeah, for my personal stuff, you can find me on Instagram at Yussef1220, and you can also find me on Twitter at itbeyusef. I post just random stuff at this point. I don't even know what I post, just whatever comes to mind. And then for our podcast, you can find us on Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, and pretty much anywhere else you listen to a podcast. And then we also have our Twitter, which is Sounds from the Grave, our Instagram, which is Sounds from the Grave, our Facebook, which is Sounds from the Grave, our YouTube channel. We're just everywhere, really. Like, you can't get rid of us.
No. Give us love.
Yeah, and actually, by the time this comes out, the day before, which is the Sunday, there will be a new episode of Your Week in Horror, so that way you can catch up on all the biggest news of this past week in horror. Like, not just HHN, not just local haunts, but horror in general. And we also have our email, soundsfromthegravepodcast@gmail.com. So you can always let us know just anything if you want us to talk about something, if you want to be on the podcast. We're more than open to anything. But that's really all we have to say.
Yeah.
So remember, guys, keep it spooky, and also remember, you don't need insert random thing here when you've got family. the judgment, if you were listening to this but not watching the YouTube video, you are missing the most judgmental look from Vania right now.
I want to die.
You know what? No, here's what I need to say. You don't need that awful bride shirt when you have family. There we go. That's much better, I think.
I hate you. All right, guys. Bye.
Bye, everybody.